Hi everyone, today I am doing a tablescape as part of a collaboration. My theme is all blue, white, and yellow. The title of this collaboration is Springtime in Paris, and it is hosted by Tina Kazarian and Vie Dawn, and also it is hosted by Crafty Kitty, and all three of these ladies have YouTube channels where they do a lot of thrifting and very creative crafty items. So I am starting out with a scarf that I actually got in Paris. I was lucky enough to get there a few years ago, and I bought this from a street vendor, and now I just think I should have gotten more because it was really super cheap, and it's really pretty. So it's just a scarf, and I'm using it as a table runner here, and I think it's fitting perfectly on the table because you can still see that Eiffel Tower, and you also still see the type there, Paris. And so I am sharing with you today my most amazing find I have ever had to date, thrifting and garage sailing. This was $6.99, this beautiful blue and white vase. It was from Williams-Sonoma. The label was still on it. I came home, I looked it up, and look, this is amazing. It's listed, at least online, for $375. So I think this was just an amazing find. Now that's a slightly different pattern. It is actually a little larger than the vase that I have found here. So I do have to say that, but it was just an expensive item. And so I'm so thrilled with it. I just love this piece. It's the most amazing find I have to date from a thrift. So I'm combining it with this little blue and white bowl. I also did a planter in this, so I'll link above to that video. That was pretty last spring. And I have a little bit of toile. That's my other French item. Oh, and one of the rules for this is that you combine two Paris-themed items. So I have my scarf and my French toile fabric there. So I have a white cake stand that I thrifted. That little blue egg, I love that. I found that at a thrift store about, I don't know, it was out during Christmas, so I swiped that up. I think that was $3. I think the cake stand was $2. And so I'm putting out fruit. One of the other rules for this challenge is that you use a cake stand or a 3-tiered tray, and you display a treat or something French. So I think the fruit, the grapes scream French to me, sort of say French, country French. Oh, and if you like this idea, if you want to see more things, think about subscribing. So that little blue and white plate over there, I snagged that for this tablescape. That was $1. And so I'm combining green grapes, yellow, I think they're golden delicious, those yellow apples, and then some Granny Smith apples. So I'm keeping my color scheme to all blue, whites, and I like the yellow greens. And so I think this would be really pretty if you put out like wine and cheese, or maybe other hors d'oeuvres. I think it would be great. And then those pears over there on the right. So now I'm going to use 3 different blue glassed items. I have that first item on the left, that little violin or cello vase, that cello shaped vase that's actually from my grandmother from years ago. I've had that. That blue taller piece in the back, I got that when I was in Madrid, Spain years ago. They just serve water in that, bottled water, and I brought that back in my luggage. And then also this little globe, I've had that for a long time, and I thought that blue, slightly different blue color, but I think it works. I wanted something, some things are tall, some things are low, so it's just a mix. This is really asymmetrical layout here, free flowing. I just think it works because it's all blues and whites and yellows. So now for the fun part for me, everything I do, I always combine florals or flowers or greenery or a wreath or something like that on this channel. So I am putting in flowers. I'm using these little mini, I forget the name, these little mini daffodil shaped flowers. Oh, and last year, this is just a shot from last year. I did use these on my table and combine them with pink, green, and yellow. And I think that color scheme works so nicely as well. So now I'm just cutting them down and I'm just gonna place them in. I'm using all of the same combo of flowers in the mix of different containers. So I think that just keeping that consistent and only using yellow works. So I have some artificial forsythia there, artificial baby's breath as well, and those mini daffodils. The name I forget. Somebody tell me. I can't remember. Okay. Anyway, it's spring. It screams spring to me. And I'm just cutting them down, and that is kind of tight, that container there. So I think I have to pull them up and just insert them again. I obviously play with these for a while. And so for this one, this is actually a $2 item that I got for this project. I love the color blue. It's a candle holder, but I think you can use it. I'm using it as a flower holder there. I have a little bit of dried foam in the top there, and I'm gonna come back and put a little bit of green over it just to hide it. And then for this little globe piece, I am just gonna place the flowers in without any foam or anything. They will be fine for this. So visit the playlist below. If you click on my description below on the lower left, and so here I'm just going to scan quickly and show you the end product. I think this really looks pretty. I think it works for spring, and I love the blue and white. Blue, white, yellows, a little bit of greens, and my little Eiffel Tower there. I think that looks really, really nice. So if you click on my description, I just tell people this because I watched YouTube for a while before I figured these things out. And so sometimes I just want to repeat. If you click on that description on the lower left there, my description that says Springtime in Paris Collab, it will display my description as well as the links to the channels for these 3 hosts. So thank you to our hosts, Tina, Dawn, and Kitty. And you can also click on the playlist to see what other people have come up, given this challenge to do something French, Paris themed, and use these elements and see what they have come up with. It's so fun to see. So thank you all for watching. Think about subscribing, and I will definitely see you in the next one soon. Bye-bye.